Hi there. So welcome to this special edition of this show. I don't even know what the show is called. But basically, I'm going to be hanging out with some young, enterprising, amazing people. I really envy them because they have what people at my age don't have. They have time. They have time. They don't know how valuable the time is now, but they have time. But we're going to talk to them. They are celebrities, even though some of them might not want to agree, but they are all celebrities. They are people that have blazed the trail in their generation, and we want to just get experience of how life is, being out there, being popular, being influential, and to also know how they are relating it to dating, relationships, and everything. So they're going to introduce themselves because I know that their CV is quite big. So I'm going to allow them introduce themselves. So right on my left is the gorgeous Juliana Olayode. So please tell us who you are, what you do, and things like that.
Hello everybody, my name is Olayode Juliana. I'm an actor, I'm a writer. Basically anything entertainment, that's what I do. What else should I say about me? I am a child of God, very importantly, and I'm not Igbo. A lot of people always think I'm Igbo. I love Igbo people. I'm not a racist. Black Lives Matters. But, right, I have to say that before people start saying, oh, yeah. But just so you know, I'm not Igbo. I'm from Ogun State. I'm Yoruba. So that's one fun fact for you. Okay. What else do I want? I'm the last girl in my family. What else do I want to say? I think I'll just pass.
So Obichi, let's meet you.
Hi everyone, my name is Obichi. I'm a singer, songwriter, and also a makeup artist.
Okay. Even your voice sounds like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
All right, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. On my right is the one and only. Good morning, Instagrammers.
Good morning, Instagrammers. I wear many hats. My name is Temisan Emmanuel. I'm a TV presenter, a media presenter actually. So from red carpets to TV to hosting events. I'm also an actor these days. I've been in 2 productions, so that can count for acting. I'm a content creator and a communication strategist. My background is in PR and branding. So pretty much.
Wow. That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the one and only Olumide. Please introduce yourself.
All right, hello everybody, my name is Olumide Oworu. I'm an actor primarily, but I also work in advertising. I do voiceovers and I host shows. I model and I make a bit of music as well. So yeah, that's me.
You made the English elevator short.
So you don't do your own now, so I don't know if you go below the bar.
I didn't know you do music. It's like rap or R&B or what?
It's rap mostly, but I'm very experimental right now, so I'm trying out different sounds. But rap is definitely the foundation of my sound.
Wow. So, but how are you guys coping? I know you got popular.
Sorry,
yes.
I forgot to. I'm also a singer, but I sing in church. So I guess when they sell this market, let's not sell it well. Yes. But I sing in church, but I'm considering having an.
You can sing outside.
Things are happening right now. You never know when the God will call you. So I need to push out all the talents. You understand?
That's good. That's good. I didn't even know you sing.
I sing in church, only church.
Yeah, but singing is singing.
Just
we have to give us something. Just do something.
Hey!
I know, but
Do something. Just prove it. I love your Instagrammers. Don't know that you sing.
which song I go sing now? This song will come to me. Pastor, I'll give you later. You know they come now. Which song? Oh, there's a new song I've been listening to. But I don't remember the lyrics. It's Tasha sang "A Goodness of God." From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah, that's it. I can decide to do meander. Should I do it? Should I try it? Not on this set.
You say you're an actor, yes. You're what else? Writer. How long have you been? I think you started quite young.
Okay, basically for me, acting professionally wasn't in the plan at all because I wanted to be a newscaster. And so when I finished from secondary school, I got an admission, I got admission into the university, but there was no money at the time to further my education. So I had to start working, and, you know, I was learning how to make beads. I was doing all of that. So my friend one day called me for an audition. And then she says, oh, there's one acting audition. I'm like, I no be actor. Wait till I concern me. Because, like, she just said, come on, that way they do for church. I said, I beg. So I didn't want to go. So I turned down the first one. And then another time, I was on my way to church for choir rehearsals. It was on a Saturday. And so she called me and said, this one, I don't register your name. You must come. I'm like, what is it? They say it to me. Like, what's your problem? Why are you disturbing my life? And so when I got to church, I'm always time conscious. When I got to church, they hadn't started. So I was like, why are you people wasting my time? So then they called to say, oh, sorry, we'll be starting an hour later. I'm like, geez, for crying out. So the place for the audition wasn't far from church. So I decided to just stop by, like, let me just pass my time there instead of sitting down with the security man in church, since other people decided to come late. So I got there, and then when I got there, I saw there were a lot of people there. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? Is this what is happening? I don't like crowds. So I went to the restroom. I hid myself there. I stayed there until it was my time to audition. When I auditioned, I was like, oh, gosh, what kind of audition is this? I auditioned, and then they said they'll get back to me. I wasn't even expecting a call back, because to me, I was like, please, they should not call me back. So they called me back, and I was like, oh my God, you picked me, like how? Like, okay. So I went, that was like my first professional acting job. It was cool, it was great. I was like, I did not know that acting was a lot of work, because, you know, when you watch a scene in a movie, in your living room, you're like, Dixon, you don't know the work they do. Like, it can take you like 3 hours, sometimes 2 days to shoot a particular scene, depending on the weather and every other thing, you know. So it's a lot of work that people put into this thing. So I started to know that, oh, more this will be rice and beans. So I started to know that it's a lot of work to do these things. And yeah, so then I think the big break came when I did Jennifer's Diary. And for me, Jennifer's Diary I didn't even prepare for Jennifer's Diary, because at some point I said, okay, I'm not going to act again, because for every time I go for audition, and then they audition me, sometimes they want me to kiss in a movie, and I'm never going to kiss in a movie. I'm only kissing my husband.
Wow.
And so so they want me to, like, there are some other things they would want me to do in a movie. I am not throwing shade at anybody, because I need to state my point clear before I see myself on any blog.
Temisan looks like he would kiss a movie. The way
Yeah, so, I mean, all of us have, we have God deals with us in different forms, right? And we all have our individual relationship with God. But I don't think that I should kiss anybody but my husband. Especially because on set, it's not like you're just kissing once. You do close-up shot, long shot, medium shot, all the shots. So you're kissing. And, you know, continuity shots, all the shots. So, like, why am I kissing? And thank God for Corona. Maybe now we can still continue kissing, you know. But you can kiss if you want to kiss. It doesn't stop you from being whoever you are. But that's just me. I wouldn't do that. And so I got, thank you. And so I got like,
they inspire me.
So a lot of times I'll go for audition, and then they want to because most times when they see a fair girl, they'll be like, this one will fit that. I'm like, no, I'm not that fair girl. I can't do that. I can't wear anything showing my body, my breast, my lap. No, I'm not going to do it. And so I didn't get people calling me. So I just got frustrated, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing. I remember there's this particular audition I went for, and then the casting director is also an actor, very popular person. And then he said to me, you're not ready to be an actor. How can you just say you don't want to do too much restrictions? We don't work in this industry. I'm like, thank you. And it was quite embarrassing for me, because this was not the kind of audition that is just one-on-one. There were other people in the hall, so I just left there crying, like, why did you even embarrass me like that? So I just told my friend, don't send me any audition, BC. I'm done. I'm not doing this audition again. It's over. I'm not doing. And so when Jennifer's Diary audition came in, I wasn't even going to go, because first it was an audition. It was a BC. I hate reading long BCs. I'm sorry. Shout out to all of you that read BCs. It was too long. It was in the days of BlackBerry, like broadcast messages. Okay. So it was very long, and I was like, what are they writing here? So I didn't even bother to stress my head, because I hate reading long captions or BCs. And then my friend called me to say, hey, are you not going to come for this audition? I said, number one, I don't have what to wear because you also have to look good. Number two, I'm not going because they are going to look for people to kiss and open their breast, and I'm not interested. Number three, so I just said all that. And he was, no, just come through, come through. So I went for the audition. It was supposed to start by 10. I got there by 8 because I hate getting late. I hate it. I got there, and I was hoping to be among the first few people. I was number 572. I was like, did people sleep here or something? I was so upset, like, oh my God. So I did my usual thing, went to the bathroom because I don't know how to be gisting and laughing with everybody. Even though people just expect that, oh, this person is a star, she should be able to, but sometimes we act it, but sometimes that's really not who we are. And so I locked myself up, and I didn't audition until later in the evening, like past 8 in the evening. And then they said they'll call me back, blah, blah, blah. They did call back. I did like 3 other auditions afterwards. And, you know, that's how basically I got on Jennifer's Diary. When I got on Jennifer's Diary, I didn't even think that the character was going to last that long. I just thought, oh, okay, let's just see how it goes, how far it goes. But I don't know how God did it. So many people just fell in love with the character. And I was like, okay. I didn't even know that people were already watching me that much. And I'll just maybe take a stroll to say I want to work. And somebody's like looking at me. I'm like, why are you looking at me? It's like, Toya, baby. I'm like, oh my God. I can't, like, so that's how, like, you can't walk freely on your streets anymore. Just stop by to buy bolly, like I always do. You know, I have to send somebody now. Because when you get there, you pay extra. You pay for every other fan standing there. It's not a bad thing. But, I mean, so basically, that's how acting started professionally for me. It's not been easy because of all these challenges. Again, I'm not shading anybody doing it.
Well done, well done. But I was going to ask Olumide, I know you have been popular for like, you've been out there for a very long time. I literally used to watch when you were young. I didn't even know you are this big now. But I still have the image of then in my mind. So, and all of you will still answer the same thing. How are you guys coping as young people that are popular in today's culture? How are you guys coping? How are you guys handling it?
I mean, for me personally, it's hard. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it from society and from myself as well. Personally, just because I feel like I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So when I don't feel like things are going how I want them to go, or I feel like they should be going, or they're not happening in the timelines that I'm giving myself, I start to stress. And sometimes that stress then leads me to a really low and dark place where I just really want to just cut off from everybody and just exist in a hole. It's a very weird position to be in. It's just very low and ugly. And I'm really not a fan of being there. And then from society, of course, there's just pressures to look a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, just live a certain way, just in the image that I have to project, or I'm supposed to project. So that definitely is pressure.
In fact, this goes to everybody still. It looks like you're not very out there, basically. You're not a let's go and groove people person, crowd person. Because from the way I sound, you look like you like your space kind of.
So the good thing is I can do both very well. I can be out, I can party, I can be Mr. Vibes, Mr. Cruise, and I can literally switch to me, myself, and I in my bubble.
Wow.
So either one works perfect for me.
Wow. Okay, that's nice. Temisan, what's going on? What's going on in your world?
This is the same question you asked.
Popular young, yes.
Yeah. So I understand what Olumide was saying. For me, it's a mix, though. I love this life. I was made for this life. I love attention, and I always say it, and so I always knew I was going to be a star.
Wow.
It's not to brag. I told my granny as young as I was like 5, 6, I was watching Nollywood. I'm like, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a star on TV. She said, come on for here. So according to her, you want to go kiss people's wife, not be here. You go for TV. So that's what she said. But I knew that there was something about me that wasn't supposed to be worried working in an oil company, because she wanted me to be an engineer. Wow. But I'm like, I don't even know where brick for motor dinner. But I knew what I wanted to do. But for me, I made sure that at the beginning I created a very honest brand. So I tell you as it's going, you understand? Very aspirational for young people. So there's no unnecessary pressure on me. So I can walk in flip-flops to the mall and you're not expecting a lot, but like I can still throw it down in a look for you. I know that I'm serving you looks on social media. So I made sure that for my brand, there's not so much pressure. Even sometimes I put pressure on myself because according to Olumide, timelines that you set for yourself, comparison sometimes, when you look at other people, you think that, what does she do? I can do better. Or I'm working so hard, why am I not getting this? But when I get to those points, I always just sit back and just be grateful for where I am and how much I've accomplished in such a short time. But you see that that pressure of saying, oh, I'm a celebrity now. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't go out. It's not me. I stay. I love this when you come. Oh, Temisan, hi. I'll snap a picture with you. I'm like, yes. I love it. That's my life. So before they sent us into our house, before the lockdown, I was out every other day with my friends. I'm always calling one of my friends. I guess I'm leaving house. And they come. Or is that what's happening? I'm always at events. I enjoy it. Even. I prepare, when I get invitations, even 2 days to the event, I could not call my designer and say, it's 2 days, just work your magic, I need to arrive, please. So for me, that's that. But the only problem I have is probably overthinking. That's the only thing I'm working on. But other than that, I'm enjoying it. I love it.
Wow. Obichi, you were in The Voice. How did that go? Was that your first time being out there on TV and things like that?
Yes, actually. I wouldn't call myself a celebrity. I would say I don't really like that word.
Yeah, I know.
I like just being myself and I would rather just be that girl behind the scenes doing her thing. You hear my stuff out there, then I could just come out, hello, hi, and then run back inside. So let everybody scream, celebrity outside, I'm just chilling inside, yeah? Being on The Voice was my first major, will I say, reality, yeah. And I didn't want to go for it. Season 1, 2 close friends of mine, Chiki and also, they were in season 1 and they were like, you must go, use this girl your truth. You can't just hide inside. I'm like, no, just leave me. And then I went for Best Life, Abuja. And on my way coming back, I found out that they had told the officials, like, there's this stubborn girl that doesn't want to go for The Voice. And then I found my way in it. And I wouldn't say it was everything and more, but I know that there was a reason why God put me there, because my very first single was in June 2014. I did Amazing God, and I did that in camp. And at that time of my life, I didn't really say, oh, okay, I'm going to go into music fully. I just knew that, okay, I wanted to release something. And then I met my friend, and then I did the song. It was out. The fame and the noise around that time, the buzz, then I think God just drew me back in, like, okay, come back and let me work on you. So I was in that process before The Voice. Yeah, so The Voice happened, like, I think 3 years ago, I believe, or so. So I wouldn't call myself a celebrity. People would still say, hey, Obichi, I saw you on The Voice. Hey, Obichi, what's up? I'm not that kind of person. Just leave me. Let me just stay in. And I would rather just sit inside, write my songs, sing. If I have to go and perform. But not in that space of, because it just gives you this unwanted pressure. Like, it's not something I would say I want to prepare myself for at all. Yeah, so yeah. Basically it.
I'm really this pressure is like, sometimes, don't you think it's us that puts it on us?
We do that because of the impression we want people to perceive of us, I believe. So you tend to want to look a certain way. You tend to want to be seen in a certain way. Yeah. Personally, I can't speak for everybody. Personally, I'm not of that opinion. I feel like let people know you for what you're doing. Don't come out and just show up in that light. Just be you behind the scenes, do your thing, record your songs, write, do whatever you want to do. Your gifts would always announce you. Don't bring yourself out there and begin to compete with the noise that comes from being you, sort of, so. Sometimes we give ourselves that pressure. Yeah. You want to look a certain way, you want to drive a particular kind of car, you want to be, so you're trying to live up to I'm a celebrity, and you give yourself stress. Then you begin to do some funny things to live up to that expectation. Just be yourself and let God do the rest.
Yeah, I think it's also about personality. Like someone like Temisan now, his personality is out there. Yeah. He's very fine with it. He can handle it. But some other people like you are a bit more reserved. You don't really need. Because I remember when I also became a bit popular, you know, I had to, on stage or on a set, you might think I'm very lively, but outside of that, I don't necessarily want
And
to always.
it's actually true. I'm almost like that in a bit. Like one person, people don't know, but I'll use this example. Beyonce, she's actually like that. She's like this. The person you see on stage, not the person behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I saw an interview one time. I love her a lot, and she, like when you're coming closer and you're asking her questions, she's literally shaking.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
stutters. And then people are wondering, like, you're Beyonce.
Yeah.
So they are like two different personalities,
Yeah.
basically. So she's not trying to, I'm a celebrity. All of that came from her
Yeah.
being herself. Yeah, none of that.
Yeah. Some of us just are not. But Temisan, they need to teach
No,
us.
but let's be honest. Let me be honest as well. Even as much as I like the spotlight and everything, sometimes some things that come with it. So like I cannot handle trolling.
Wow.
That's why I've curated my Instagram to be the kind of people that I want, the kind of energies that I want. You know, because if it costs me, I will go 2 days and not come outside. I can't shake hands back to make it happen. You understand?
Yeah.
But I like the life, but some of the things that come with it, I don't subscribe because I cannot imagine taking my phone to come and start saying you're a foolish person. What is this wearing? What is it? It kills me because I take people's word literally because I will not do it. You understand? So when people say, Temisan, this your video not even funny. So what is it about? This boy is not funny. What's it doing? Yeah. I'll say, Jesus, God, please. So I used to even pray about it. Like, God, any follower will control me. Send me away. You understand? All these things. When I wake up in the morning, I actually pray about some basic things. And it seems as if it's nothing, but I'm like, God, give me the right crowd that will attract the money that I want. And also the kind of energy that I want because I feed, as much as I'm very lively, I feed on energy. If energy is toxic, I run away.
Yeah.
I will get sucked into it
Yes.
so much that I will be depressed.
Yes.
So
I know that. And that means, to be honest with you, there's no shortcut to that. The way is to toughen up and be able to separate yourself from those comments because they will come. There are people that actually take it as a career.
Hey, pastor.
Yes,
They take it as, so you can't run from them.
Hmm.
We were researching some things on YouTube recently, and we saw the amount of people that on one Justin Bieber song. I think about, do you remember? Is it 4 million? How many million people did thumbs down? 11 million or something. 11 million people finished, as in waited to watch a song. Whether I don't know whether to watch it. 11 million people put thumbs down.
Can you imagine?
So imagine that effort.
Pastor, I did South Africa. South Africa, I pray for saying, God, take me to Cape Town. Take me to Cape Town. Go carry me reach Cape Town. When I was going to Cape Town, I was so excited. I put like 15 looks for 5 days. So if I go peace, I did when you close. If I go breakfast, I did when you close. So I'm like, it was such a vibe. My friends, people comments in Nigeria, they were ready for me. Once I drop it, they don't go comment. I'm like, yes, this is the life. I love this. So one random day, we went to, I think, Cape Man's Peak or something. I remember that day because I was wearing a Jay-Z top. And I was carrying my bag, I was stressed. I was wearing my Tom Ford shoes, by the way.
Come on now.
So, that I don't dress, say I will give enough for Instagram. So I had a personal photographer, and he fired me some mad shots. So that's how I dropped picture. Everybody loved it. Comments, yes, Temisan, give us. Man crush money, different things. It was great, but I only had 2 bad comments. Do you know that thing spoiled my entire day in Cape Town? I did not do anything again after that picture. Just like, let me go back to my hotel room. And it was in the evening I called my friends, say, see you, they cost me to do. Even as I dropped these fine pictures, I say they cost me. And she got to say, not be with there. Who's supposed to do? I can't think, I say, 5-star hotel, very Victorian, it's like elegance here, what am I doing? And that day, Joe like what they cost me. And I know. I just got up, I went out, and I got back on my feet. But it took my entire day, spoiled the entire day. So imagine if these things keep happening, you understand? Like even, it's so funny that I've even blocked, because you know, for some people it's easy to just say I would overlook. I had to block some certain words on my Instagram. It's very possible, people don't know that.
Oh, wow.
So if normally they call you Ashawo, you can block the word Ashawo, you will never see it again, just to help your mind. So that's why I'm.
Yeah, I block people, sir. I don't have time.
No, I don't block people.
Once I see that you are not even on the same, we're not on the same wavelength, you take that your hate somewhere else, not on my platform. So you need to protect yourself, but at the same time, really, if you're going to be out there, you know, everybody won't like you. You know, there's a course I do on self-esteem, and I discovered that Jesus had an incredible self-esteem. You know, as human beings, we don't like people to leave us. We don't like people not to like us. But Jesus was very okay with it. when he preached something and thousands of people left, he asked the people remaining that, won't you leave?
I love it.
I mean, most people be like, oh, don't leave me.
Ah, my pastor!
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me.
You know, but he said, no, he said, won't you? He had the time that Satan said, if you be the Son of God, do this thing. You know, that's a, do you know who I am moment. And all of us as human beings, we have that moment too. When, you know, you feel like, no, you did not. Do you know who I am? And we see celebrities online doing a lot of that. When people, they will come and do a full video answering one or two people talking rubbish. They will do a full video and they will say, do you know who I am? I'm rich, I have this car. Jesus had that chance. And Jesus is like God. He's like the Son of God. He's really somebody. He's really somebody. But Satan said, if you be the Son of God, he said, I don't have to prove anything to you. Can you imagine that?
I never looked at it like this.
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Because even me, as a pastor, and I'm learning all these things, there are many times I have to introduce, do you know who I am? But he didn't see the need to prove anything. He was on the cross with two armed robbers. They were about, all three of them were going to die. One was really feeling him and saying, man, how you go be? The other one said, I don't care. And you know, he wasn't upset and said, you, I'm not an armed robber. I will deal with you. You know, he never spoke down at that guy. If not me, I go to armed robber. What are you talking? Am I? You know, he never did that. So there are many steps like that. There are about 10 or so things people need to build in terms of self-esteem. And I discovered Jesus had them. Was great with it. So, you know, we must get to that stage where, I mean, why do you even think everybody must like you? Jesus was never like that. As great as he was even dying for people. But he didn't he didn't think he owed, you know, he deserved that everybody must like me. It was okay with the fact that you might not like me, it's fine.
This is very
It's
insightful.
absolutely fine.
Yeah, something
amazing. And that's how to be happy. Because most things that make us unhappy is because we are thinking we are something that we are not. You know, I must have a house. Why? Who said? I must have this car. Who said? You need to be who you are, whether you have this car or not. So that when you have the car doesn't drive you. You actually drive the car. You need to see it as just a thing. And it's a tool. And it can be given out. And that's part of why for us as believers, the Bible teaches things like tithing and giving. It's not really because God needs that money to do what he needs to do, but he needs you to know that I'm not worshiping this money. I'll use this money to worship the person that deserves to be worshipped. Because the moment you're not giving that money out in worship, the only option you have is to worship that money. That's the option you have. You give it more priority than it needs. So I've been studying that. So as
amazing.
We're saying,
Is this content on YouTube?
No, not. It's a course actually that people take. So it's not really. It's a course because you have to fill out some questions so that you know where you are. You know, because interesting about self-esteem is that everybody deals with it. Every single human being. I mean, Michael Jackson's own blew me because that is the biggest star in the world. He didn't like himself. He kept changing himself. Till the last day, he didn't like himself, and everybody liked him. So self-esteem affects every human being, and the issue with it is it affects people differently. So it might be what people think about you. For somebody else, it might be their physique. They don't just like how they look. And there's nothing you can tell them. And they're not even ugly. See, think about self-esteem that is not necessarily based on something real. It's just something going on inside you. So you can be very handsome. We see girls everywhere that are very fine, but the girls don't know. So men take advantage of them every day. Because everybody thinks they are fine. They just don't think so. There are people that are very rich. Everybody thinks they are great. They just don't think so. So that's interesting about self-esteem. It doesn't follow any pattern to say, oh, you must lack something. No, you can have the thing, and it still attacks you. And if you don't deal with it, you know, you still fall short in that area. So it's amazing. So this troll one had to practice it. Justin Bieber had millions of people go and say, but you see the good thing about that same musical video, about double of those people gave it thumbs up.